Hello, second graders. Miss Shannon here with our story from yesterday, How the Beetle Got Her Colors, based on a traditional tale from Brazil. So the other day, you listened to this read aloud and you answered a few comprehension questions as you read. Today, we are going to be using our composition notebook and identifying the theme of this story. The theme of a story is the main message the author wants to tell their reader. To find the theme, we think about what the characters say and do. So, through the characters' actions, we can understand what the author wanted us to learn from the story. You will need your composition notebook, turning to the next clean page, putting today's date at the top, labeling the top with our comprehension skill, which this week is theme, and including the title of our story, How Beetle Got Her Colors. Then you will draw a picture of our graphic organizer we have been using this week. You will notice that today, instead of 3 clues, we are only looking for 2 clues that will lead us to the theme. Second graders, the reason why is because there aren't always exactly 3 clues in a story that tell you the theme. Sometimes there are more than 3 clues. Sometimes there are less than 3 clues. But today we are going to be searching for the 2 big clues that lead us to the theme or the author's message of what he hopes the reader will learn. You can pause this page if you need to write down and get your paper prepared, and press play when you're ready to continue. So here is the graphic organizer I will be using. We will kind of zoom into it so you guys can see it a little bit bigger. So let's get started. At the beginning of this story, we had an introduction telling us about folk tales and where this particular folk tale came from, which was the rainforest of Brazil, which was home to many plants and animals. We were then told the characters of the play and given a quick illustration of each. Now remember, second graders, for this version of the story, I am not going to read aloud the entire story as I read it to you the other day. Today, we're really going to be focusing in on certain parts or sections of the story to find our clues. So you will follow along as I do that. Here is page number 1. I am going to reread this page. Narrator. Long ago, Beetle did not look like the way she does today. Agouti made fun of her. Beetle, you are not beautiful like me. I have lovely brown fur. It shines in the light. You are just plain gray. I don't mind being gray. Ha! You are the plainest animal in the forest. You do not have beautiful gold and black spots like Jaguar. That's true, I do have beautiful black and gold spots. You don't have shiny designs on your skin like Arrow Frog. That is true, I do have shiny designs on my skin. Okay, second graders, it is time to stop and think before moving on. What are Aguti's actions? What is he or she saying or doing on this page? How would you describe her actions? Well, I see here that she says to Beetle, you are the plainest animal in the forest. So is Agouti being nice to Beetle? No. They're making fun of Beetle for the way that she looks. Let's continue on. I think there are even more examples of Agouti not being nice to Beetle. There again, they say you do not have shiny designs on your skin like Arrow Frog. So Agouti is comparing Beetle to other animals and saying that she is not as pretty or not as beautiful as the others. Is that kind, second graders? No, that can be really hurtful. So I'm thinking about Aguti's actions, what they're saying and doing, as my first clue. So my first clue is that Agouti makes fun of Beetle for being plain and dull. She's making fun of Beetle, which is not very kind. That is our first clue if we are paying attention to the character's actions. Go ahead and pause this video as you write in your complete sentence and press play when you are ready to continue. Okay, let's continue on. Agouti, you do not have interesting shapes on your body like Anaconda. Yes, the shapes on my body are very interesting. Would you like to come closer and look at them, Parrot? No, thank you. I will stay up here in the tree. You do not have feathers of red and blue and gold or green like Parrot. That's true, but it's not nice to boast about being better than someone else. Stop teasing poor Beetle. I do not like being teased. It makes me sad. We are all good looking, and you are plain. I can see why you hide in the bushes all day. You may be gray, but I bet you feel blue. Wow. Agouti is being even meaner. And I'm wondering, why is Agouti picking on Beetle? But something happens on this page. For the first time, some of the other animals begin to push back and stick up for Beetle. Do you remember hearing that, class? Which animal stood up for Beetle? That's right, Parrot. Parrot says, it's not nice to boast about being better than someone else. Stop teasing poor Beetle. So finally, one of the other animals stood up and told Agouti to stop. We also got to see how this is making Beetle feel on this page. Beetle says, I do not like being teased. It makes me sad. So from the actions from the characters on this page, we are seeing that both Parrot and Beetle are standing up to Agouti and telling them that it is not okay to tease someone. Okay? So if our clues to find the theme are about identifying a character's what they say and what they do, we can identify on this page that Parrot and Beetle tell Agouti to stop teasing Beetle, which lends us to our second clue. Parrot and Beetle do not like Agouti's teasing. You can also add that they ask them to stop. So this is clue 2, second graders. I would like you to pause as you work on writing this complete sentence. Press play when you're ready to continue. We are going to jump ahead to the last page of our story. And you're going to listen in because oftentimes at the end of a story, especially a folk tale or a drama, you hear from the narrator what the lesson or example or message is from the author. So listen carefully as we read the last page. Agouti was so ashamed that he crawled off and hid while Beetle got her colors. She chose to be as green as the forest trees and as gold as the bright sun in the sky. And that is how she looks to this day. I am beautiful. A story such as this is fun to hear, but it also teaches us a useful lesson. The tale of Agouti and Beetle shows us the wisdom of not making fun of others. Well, second graders, did you hear in that last paragraph what maybe the message was the author was trying to teach you through the story? The very last line says, "The tale of Agouti and Beetle shows us the wisdom of not making fun of others." So the author is trying to tell us that it is not okay and not nice to make fun of other people or to tease them. So when I think about my clues, I want to double check that my clues match with that possible theme. Agouti makes fun of Beetle for being plain and dull. Parrot and Beetle do not like Agouti's teasing. Both of those clues are about how Agouti teased Beetle, and the second clue tells how Parrot and Beetle told Agouti to stop. Which leads us to our theme. It is not nice to make fun of others. Or if you want to put it into your own words about not teasing other people, it is up to you. But this is what I wrote for the theme, writing it in a complete sentence, capital letter to begin, and a period at the end. You can pause this video if you need before moving on. You have two options today for sharing your work with me. Option 1, take a picture of your finished chart and place it in the green box. Great work today. So if you've been following along and you have your chart completed, take a picture and you're finished. Option 2, if your camera is not working, I want you to type your answers into the boxes below to complete the chart. So you can type what you wrote in your chart on your paper into the slide. And I really appreciate you taking that extra step to share your work, even though your camera is not working. Great work today. Thank you so much. And I can't wait to see all of your submitted work.